not bad. Prissy?
Oliver. Oh.
Oliver, you don't mean it.
Yeah, I do. Oliver's a nice name. It's not so common.
I don't know. How about Olivia?
Rex.
Rachel? Ruth? Rebecca.
Becca.
Oh, that's pretty. Rebecca Maitland. Matter of fact, all the R's are nice.
Yeah, they are. Robert. Richard. Raoul.
Nobody can say Raoul. Nancy, don't you even want a daughter?
I like the idea of having two sons first.
Well, I want a daughter. My little girl. Pink and white, like peaches and cream. Hey, little girl.
Hey.
When are we getting married?
Doug, for my father. Or Willie for my brother. Jeff, for you.
Or Kate for your mother. Or Sylvia for mine. On second thought, scratch Sylvia.
Thank you.
When are we getting married, Nancy?
Don't you have to be getting back to work?
Not until we have a name for our daughter and a plan for our wedding.
One discussion at a time. I think names are topic enough for me right now. Here.
Okay. If you think our daughter won't mind having an unwed mother,
If I don't mind being one, our son won't mind having one.
she might.
I'll make sure he doesn't.
Come on in, Dad. Dad, would you like a drink?
Thanks, Doug. I enjoyed that.
That's a nice little place, isn't it?
Very. Next time, I'm going to order what you had.
Steak and kidney pie.
Yep.
Well, next time, let's not wait a month to get together.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was thinking, when you have some time, I'd like you to go over some papers. Insurance, a will, stocks. They've been sitting around.
No problem. Bring them in.
Would tomorrow be too soon?
Not at all.
Good, good. I'll see you then.
Dad? What's going on? Hey, sit down.
I didn't want to make a big thing of it.
What?
I'm going into the hospital on Friday.
Hospital. What's wrong?
Don't know. That's why they want to look around.
A surgery?
Exploratory, they call it. I guess they think they'll find the North Pole in there.
What, have you tried?
Oh, you name it, we've tried it. X-rays, blood tests, samples of this, samples of that. I've been probed and punctured, scraped and shaken, tarred and feathered. No, the only way to find out what's what is to look around.
Is there anything I can do?
Get me a 40-year-old body.
I would, if I could.
I know you would, but since you can't, we'll have to settle for going over those papers tomorrow.
Fine. You can come over to the house for supper afterwards.
Oh, why don't we motor out to the country? Have lunch at that inn we used to go to? We could look at the papers there. That is, if you can take the whole day off.
Sounds terrific. No, wait a minute. There's not a lawyer in the world who could put law on paper the way you can. You don't have to ask me anything.
Well, that was just an excuse. You know how it is.
Well, do we need an excuse to spend a day together?
Certainly not.
Beginning New Year's Eve.
message, at least.
Nancy, your line is busy.
Behold the culprit.
Aha. It was busy for 10 minutes.
I was being sick again.
Nancy, the term is morning sickness.
My body has a mind of its own. Come on, Angel.
Nancy, what is it?
I just wish this stage of nausea would pass.
I'll get him ready for bed.
Oh, thank you.
James is going to the hospital on Friday.
Grandpa, what, is it serious?
We don't know. It's exploratory surgery.
Oh, Mother, doesn't he have any idea?
He says not. He's coming for dinner tomorrow night.
Oh, good. I'll be there.
Come on, you hear me. Nancy.
I'm all right. I'm not all right, but I'm all right.
Yes. Oh, come in, buddy.
Tough case?
Oh, nothing special. I'm going to spend the day tomorrow with your grandfather, so I wanted to get some of tomorrow's work done tonight.
Want me to leave you alone?
No, I'm almost finished.
Is Grandpa scared?
No, he's more worried than scared. We both are.
It's nice that you're spending the day together.
More than nice. I think it's necessary.
Why?
Well, it gives us a chance to talk, to be together.
You and Grandpa were never close, were you?
Well, not physically, no. There weren't many hugs and kisses in our family.
I know. You told me.
Well, we were together a lot. I mean, when I was young, we were known as a great pair. And James was a wonderful storyteller. Not fairy tales. He used to tell me stories about history, great events. Caesar, Lincoln, Crusades,
Well, if you were so
strategy.
young, how'd you understand that?
Well, I didn't, but that didn't matter. I liked the fact that he'd tell me a story. I liked the sound of his voice. And I felt safe with him. I trusted him.
What happened?
I don't know. Disagreements.
You and Willie have disagreements, but you're still close.
I know. Well, maybe Grandpa and I can straighten out our disagreements a little tomorrow.
You know what would be great?
What?
If you do straighten things out. And if Grandpa got better.
It would be. Perfect.
What is it?
Couldn't sleep.
Worried about James.
Yes. I'm nervous.
Worried is natural.
I'm afraid he's going to want to exercise some old demons tomorrow.
Good for James. I'm sorry. But it's hard to empathize with all this father-son mysticism, harboring old secrets.
It's not so simple with James and me.
I know it isn't. James doesn't want to drive in the country. He wants to visit your old summer house. Look at a tree that may not even be there anymore. Discuss a juvenile trauma that should have been discussed when you were a juvenile. And you're terrified.
I am not. Not terrified. I'm apprehensive. James is afraid he may die. He wants to get things cleared up between us. This juvenile trauma is one of the things that has to be explained.
Good, then explain it to him. Tell him why you tore up the covenant.
I will. I'm going to.
The real reason?
If I tell him the whole truth, he's liable to go into that hospital thinking things will never be cleared up between us.
Then lie. Tell him anything to make him feel good. Just remember, he's not an imbecile.
Yeah, it's the name. Comedy's the game.
I'm exhausted. This'll help you get to sleep, Nancy.
I could sure use it.
That's what the doctor's ordering. Several days of it.
Anything you say.
I'll come see you tomorrow.
Okay. What a lousy turn of events.
Oh, honey. Are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital for a few days?
No, I'm okay. I'm just...
You're just tired.
Mm.
It all happened so fast. Miscarriages often do this early in pregnancy. A few days rest she'll be as good as new. She shouldn't go to the hospital? No. She can get more of what she needs here at home. Rest and mothering. It's a trauma, but she'll be fine. She has Timmy, and she can have more children, knowing that'll help. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for coming. Anytime, as long as I don't have to help with the dishes. Good night, Doctor. Good night, Mrs. Lawrence.
Timmy's fine, Nancy.
Daddy.
Willie took Timmy to playgroup. How are you feeling?
Okay, tired. You're groggy from the sedative.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You want some tea?
Please, yeah.
Oh, Kate called Jeff.
Not at this hour, I hope.
Or earlier. He'll be here any minute.
There's no rush. Jeff needs his rest, too.
There you go. All right. How about some toast?
Maybe later. Shouldn't you be at work?
No, I'm going to spend the day with James. Oh, Jeff.
Well, there's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Oh, come on, you guys. Lighten up. How was Timmy?
Oh, he's fine. What about Nancy?
I haven't seen her this morning. Your father's over with her now.
And Jeff. His car's outside.
Oh, that was fast. Is she awake?
Yeah, Jeff is with her. Good morning, Willie.
Good morning.
All right, thank you.
Guess I could have some time together before I go over. How is she?
Oh, doing Laurel and Hardy jokes?
Joe's.
Jeff is more upset than Nancy. She's cheering him up.
Maybe she's still lightheaded from the sedative.
Could be. What, Kate?
I wonder why she didn't call me last night.
Maybe she didn't realize how serious it was.
If it was serious enough for her to call the doctor at 3 in the morning, she must have known something was wrong. If I hadn't heard the doctor's car...
What time is it now, Willie?
Go, Doug.
I hate to leave.
There's an army of us to look out to Nancy.
Well, I don't know what time we'll be back for supper.
We'll expect you when we see you.
Bye, Willie.
Bye, Dad. Today's not going to be easy for Dad.
Nothing is that's been put off for 36 years. And let that be a lesson to you.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Getting up.
Nope.
Conversely, yes.
Nancy?
Look, I just want to get freshened up and get some clothes on.
Sweetie, you're supposed to be taking it easy.
I can take it just as easy dressed as not dressed.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm not going to be smothered by care. It's just exhausting. I'm okay. I'm not going to make you convince me I'm sick.
Decades presents
It looks pretty much the same, doesn't it?
Not to me. It was practically a wilderness when we used to come up here.
It's still pretty woodsy.
Not compared to the way it was. Let's stop and see the house. We're in the neighborhood. Wouldn't hurt to take a look.
Okay.
I wonder if the tree's still there.
You're supposed to be lying down. Hello? Hi, Mother. Yes, she is. She's up and about. Of course it is. Well, look, I'll ask her. My mother is in town, and she wants to know if you would like her to take Timmy back up to Santa Barbara for a couple of days.
Oh, might be a nice idea. Give me a chance to rest. Oh, Willie can pick him up and take him to her after playgroup.
Nancy says yes.
Well, tell her thanks.
And thanks. Okay, Willie or I will bring him to you in about an hour. I will, Mother. Goodbye.
That was nice of her.
Well, what has she got to lose? She's got a whole house full of servants mad about Timmy, running around waiting on him, and she gets a gold star for the gesture.
It's still nice of her.
Nancy, are you sure you want Timmy to go out there?
Yeah, give me a chance to rest.
I just thought that at this kind
come
of...
on. You promised me I could convalesce in the sun.
I know, I just think it would be
Are you
more...
or are you not a man of your word? Come on.
There it is. Take it easy. In our day, there wasn't a house within half a mile.
Still looks good, though. Well kept.
Not a sound. I guess they wouldn't mind if we had a look for ourselves.
Although the object appeared seamless, a portion of its surface moved, revealing a semicircular portal. A wire-thin object, which Mrs. Martin took to be a ladder, appeared from the portal and dropped to the ground. Hi, beautiful.
Hi. Hi, Nan. Are you okay?
Oh, fine, thanks. I'm taking it easy in the lap of luxury.
I'm really sorry, Nancy. I would have told you this morning, but you were still asleep.
No, that's okay. Don't feel too badly. These things happen.
Yeah, but it's still crummy.
It's one of the perils of the gender.
What?
Well, early miscarriage. These things happen all the time. So. Hey, look, you two. I refuse to overreact to a perfectly commonplace occurrence. Now, so I seem to be the only one who refuses to, though. All these long faces around here are getting a little depressing. A lot depressing.
Is it really that common?
Very. So would you knock off the gloom?
Okay, but I'm still sorry.
I didn't catch on.
Catch on to what?
to your act. Protecting Buddy, protecting us all.
That was no act.
Well, come on, you don't really believe all that stuff, do you? Perils of the gender, no big deal, perfectly commonplace occurrence.
Of course I do.
Nancy.
Jeff, I don't think I want to get into this.
Well, neither do I. I just don't believe you.
Oh, so for my own good, you're going to help me face a little reality? Well, don't bother. The reality is that it is simple and it is commonplace and easy to face, for me anyway. So if you don't mind, I'd just as soon close the subject.
All right, subject is closed. Back to Camelot. Mrs. Martin went on to describe what turned out to be a 2-hour visit to this otherwise peaceful neighborhood by what she and her neighbors described as a saucer-like airborne vehicle containing at least 6 and perhaps more beings, obviously not of this earth. No direct communication took place between the alleged aliens and the humans present. However, the creatures did climb one large elm tree.
I just wanted to see what would happen if I did something different for a change.
Every weekday, Rewind.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Research?
Trying to figure out what happened with Nancy.
Have you?
Well, I understand the book, but I don't understand why Nancy doesn't seem to care much.
Oh, she cares, buddy. I think she's just trying to protect herself by being very rational.
What's so rational about not caring?
Nothing. I shouldn't have said rational. I should have said technical, scientific. What Nancy lost was a 3-month-old fetus. Technically, that's not a living baby.
When is it alive?
People disagree about that. Some people think life begins the moment of conception, or when the fetus starts to move on its own, or when it's born.
You know when I think the fetus is a person?
When?
When it's thought of as a person. When its parents start figuring out what color to paint its room. When its aunt starts wondering if it'll be a niece or a nephew. Or when its grandmother wonders if it'll be as cute as its brother. Nancy's really in trouble.
I think so, too.
That was nice, Jeff.
I love reading to you. I always have.
It was nice, but I really can't let you indulge me for another day.
You asking me to leave?
No, I was just wondering when, if ever, you plan to go back to work.
Work? Jeff's in his father's business. That's not work.
That's right. That business sort of runs itself. Oh, say, did Timmy and my mother get off all right?
Oh, yeah. He tasted that roll like he was born in it.
He almost was.
Yeah, tomorrow, though, I really think you should go back to work. You know, Willie's here, and Mom. I just don't want you to feel like you're obliged to stay, you know.
Obligation really has very little to do with it. I want to be here. I sort of hope that you'd want me with you. I'll get the rest of the stuff.
He has been so touchy lately. Don't look at me that way. It's not my fault he's so touchy. All right, let's hear why it is my fault.
Well, you're right. I've never seen Jeff so touchy either. Downright sensitive.
I knew this was coming.
Nothing's coming, Nancy. You're just not yourself.
I'm exactly myself.
You keep saying that, insisting it over and over. No big deal. Just a day in the life. I see this is not the time for lectures.
Sure it is. Day in the life of Nancy Lawrence Maitland is always a day for lectures. I'm cold, insensitive, unfeeling. Lecture away. Come on. on, Willie. Let's hear it.
I'll see you later, Nancy.
Very important tree. So important that when we planted it, we had to commemorate the moment. Do you remember the document? The covenant?
Yes.
You were only 8 years old, so earnest about it.
Yeah, so you gave me the legal words, and I wrote them down on parchment paper.
In black ink, red around the edges. You worked very hard on it.
Oh, all the next day after we planted the tree.
It was a very handsome document, as I recall.
I don't know. Lettering was never one of my talents.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. The lettering was excellent, neat, readable. And then you called us together around the tree, the seedling, and you read it aloud. Your favorite phrase was, in perpetuity. And then we signed it. And your mother and your sisters signed as witnesses. Why did you tear up the covenant?
Dad.
Why did you tear it up?
I don't know.
You stood right behind that window and tore up the covenant in front of my eyes. Now, why?
I was angry.
Because I slapped you?
Yes.
Baloney. You asked to be slapped. Every word was a command, a demand.
Please, now, I was 14.
Well, now you're 50, so maybe you can tell me why. You had me slap you so you could tear up that covenant. Now, why?
It was a rough summer.
That's right. Things weren't good between your mother and me.
Well, I felt I should take sides. Mother was miserable. I guess I felt she was the underdog.
Your mother never was the underdog. Never in her life. And that's all it was.
That's all it was, Dad.
A little thing like that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Could you take it easy with the china, please?
I'm sorry.
Good Lord, he's sulking.
Oh, I am not sulking.
You know, all of you, my mom, Willie, even Buddy in her own way, are just frantic because I won't grieve. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cry. I don't feel like crying.
Nancy, nobody wants to make you cry.
You do. You know, maybe instead of hammering at me, you should take a look at yourself and see why it's so important to you that I grieve.
Look, I'll tell you. I'm feeling miserable, as though I'd lost something. And rather like a jackass because I'm feeling this way all by myself.
I'm sorry, I can't accommodate you.
Nancy, let me ask you one thing. Why in all of this have you never once used the word baby?
There was no baby. It wasn't a baby yet.
Why did you let Timmy go away with my mother?
I need my rest.
What about the abortion you almost had a few weeks ago?
That has nothing to do with
Maybe
this.
it
Nothing.
does. Maybe it does. Maybe losing this baby.
There was no baby.
Maybe losing this baby that you were going to abort.
I wasn't going to have the abortion. I changed my mind.
Maybe
before you
the
even got
only
there.
way that you can deal with it now is to just pretend
Shut
it
up.
doesn't matter,
You
that it was
shut up.
nothing. Well, it was something. Something of ours. And if you can't grieve for that, then it's time to grieve for us.
Weeknight.
Kate, if I ate any more, they'd stick a pin in me instead of a scalpel.
What an image.
Anyway, it's a worthy dinner, Kate.
Thank you.
Worthy of what?
Greek gods, Byzantine emperors, medieval warriors, retired Pasadena lawyers.
Huh?
Nancy, you look tired.
Oh, no, I'm fine, Grandpa.
Let's all have dessert in the living room.
No, thank you. I should be getting along. Partially because they've given me this ghastly solution to drink and then ordered me to bed early. And partially because, well, I'm very much better in front of groups than I am individuals.
Always great before a jury.
That's right. 1-to-1, but groups better. Anyway, thanks for a wonderful dinner and for all of your good wishes. You know, I feel optimistic. Here I am on the eve of the most crucial days of my life, and I feel good. I love being here. I love the look of you all. And the feel of this home. So, if this is goodbye, goodbye. And if not, I'll be seeing you. No, please. Terribly embarrassed.
Dad? I'll drive you home.
I'd rather walk, Doug.
Tomorrow?
Testing and prepping, they call it. Sounds almost fanciful. Merry, prepping.
I'd like to drive you to the hospital tomorrow.
I'd like that.
And I'm glad about today. I'm glad we finally had a chance to talk about the covenant. Get things cleared up.
Doug, I'm an old man. I'm sick. I'm preoccupied. But don't take me for an idiot.
What?
If that's all it was, you taking your mother's side when you were 14, and I was the bad guy, okay. But if that's what it was, what happened when you were 24, 34? What gave you the right to punish me for so long? I'm tired and I ate too much. I want to walk and be alone.
Nancy, don't clear. You ought to go home and go to bed.
I'll go in a minute.
Why didn't Jeff come over for dinner?
He left.
I thought he was going to roll a cot in and spend the night.
Mother, I don't need round-the-clock care.
I wish you'd called me last night.
I knew what was happening.
You knew you were miscarrying. Right then and there, you decided to go through it alone.
Mother, don't. I've had enough of this today.
You and Jeff had a fight.
He was determined to depress me.
Did he succeed?
Not for the reason he wanted. I am tired. I think I will go to bed.
Nancy's like the kid with the basketball.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it's her ball. She doesn't play, nobody can.
Buddy.
I feel like crying. So does Willie and so does Jeff. But without Nancy, there's nothing we can do but stand around.
Sorry. I know just how you feel, Tizzy Bush.
Crying.
That's the word.
You in there.
Oh, while you're having surgery.
Come back later if you like.
Dad, one more thing.
No soap opera.
No, this is ancient history.
Well, that's all right. I'm ancient history. Ancient history is all I've got.
That summer, the reason I acted the way I did.
Say it, son. Let me off this hook.
Well, there was this girl I liked a lot. We were both 14. Susan O'Brien.
You knew then. Did she tell you?
No. It was terrible the way we found out. We were going into town to see a matinee, changed our minds, and started back to her house. We got there, the place looked empty. We walked around out back.
The back of that house opened on the lake.
There are French doors, big glass panes. Mrs. O'Brien's room was on the first floor.
The doors were open.
And we heard something and looked. And we saw reflected in the French door panes you and Mrs. O'Brien.
I thought maybe you knew. I didn't know you saw.
Well, we stood there, stunned. Then we both began to cry.
Mrs. O'Brien had recently been widowed.
I was furious. Susan wanted some comfort. I just pushed her aside, ran off, and ran and ran.
I'm sorry you saw that.
So, with Mom being so miserable, after I'd seen what I did,
I can understand how you felt the rest of that summer and maybe for a while after. But 36 years.
the image.
Doug, you're an adult. Similar situations could have happened to you. What I don't understand is how you could let it stand so long.
Well, at the time, I thought it meant you didn't love us. I wanted you to slap me so I could tear up that covenant. I suppose after a while I understood the situation. I never got over that feeling of rejection. The years went by and it just got harder and harder.
We'll have to finish this at a later date.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot. This goes with the other papers.
I'm sure it's in order.
Well, I'm not so sure. But you make it right. You're a good lawyer. You're a good person. Good son.
Good son? Dad, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Jeff.
I've come to apologize.
I should be the one to apologize.
I have no right to impose my feelings on you, to expect you to feel what I feel.
It's all right.
I guess I just felt that this baby was going to bring us together.
Well, a baby shouldn't. We should be together because we need to be for ourselves.
I know. But it made me remember how we were when you were pregnant with Timmy. Remember how we used to lie on the bed together in the evenings before supper, with our arms around each other? We'd just lie there for the longest time.
Until we smelled supper burning. We ate a lot of burned suppers.
Yeah, but it was worth it for the time in the bed. We had so much time. I used to love the way you felt. Even before you were really showing, I could swear that I could feel it. The swell of your body where he was, and I would press myself in closer to feel it better.
You know, I remember when you used to call him by his textbook names.
Oh, yeah. He was Tadpole there for a while.
And Walnut.
He was so real to us then. Early, when he was still a tadpole and a walnut. He had this incredible power. The power to make you more beautiful. Me more confident. And the candles at supper glow brighter.
You wanted that again?
Yes.
Maybe we will. Maybe. Jeff. It was a boy. He was mine.
Decades is
What's the word in the hospital?
Well, he's out of surgery, and the doctor thinks he caught it early enough, so he's optimistic.
Oh, that's good. How about Dad?
I don't know. He sounded okay on the telephone. I thought I'd wait up for him, though. Nancy, are you that hungry?
Nope. Jeff and I are taking a trip up to Santa Barbara tomorrow to pick up Timmy. And I thought I'd pack us a lunch.
Santa Barbara's a 2-hour drive from here.
You're right.
Well, you want dessert, huh?
Yeah. Hey, fruit's just fruit. That's not dessert.
You're right. The only real dessert is Dipsy Doodles. Huh?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. We're only taking a 2-hour drive.
You're right. Can't have Dipsy Doodles without ice cream. I'll get that for you, Dad.
Well, thank you, Willie. No, forget the ice.
Okay. One neat scotch coming up. Did you see Grandpa?
In post-op, intensive care.
You look bushed.
There's nothing worse than just sitting around, you know, waiting.
What's that?
James gave it to me just before he went in. Probably some medical papers.
What is it?
Willie? Willie?
It's okay, Dad. I know.
Thank you, Willie.